Hooked in 5 seconds, BTS just pulled off a global live stream that didn't just break numbers, it redefined what a comeback looks like in 2026. What if a 1-hour concert could sketch the future of how we watch music, live events, and fandom at scale? Let me unpack it, not as a recap, but as a creator's lens on why this matters. Picture this: 7 members back on stage together for the first time since 2022, at a historic Seoul Square, streamed to over 190 countries, free for fans with a limited live audience on site. It sounds like a blockbuster, but the twist is the platform, Netflix stepping into live event broadcasting with a global reach that merges streaming and live experience in a single package. It isn't just about BTS, it's about studios and artists rethinking release calendars, monetization, and accessibility in real time. Personally, I think this signals a shift from event as date to event as platform, where the barrier to entry and the barrier to attention are both lowered and then measured in new ways. First big takeaway: scale meets intimacy. BTS drew 18.4 million global viewers for a 1-hour show, with roughly 104,000 in a single venue, and the rest watching from screens along the streets. What makes this fascinating is the hybrid model, a live crowd pulse that anchors the performance, paired with Netflix's global distribution that makes the moment feel small and huge at the same time. In my opinion, that duality is exactly what big entertainment will try to replicate: local energy, global reach, without sacrificing the social thrill fans crave. Another layer: the economics of a blockbuster reunion. BTS's return is a revenue engine for HYBE, merch, tours, licensing, album sales, streaming revenue, potentially topping $1 billion. What this really suggests is the durability of the ecosystem around a global IP. A detail I find fascinating is how a hiatus for mandatory service didn't derail momentum, but perhaps intensified the demand to witness the moment together. If you take a step back, you see a pattern: the reunion becomes a product lifecycle event, not a single release, and the value is built through cumulative experiences, live shows, collectibles, and exclusive content, all coordinated to maximize anticipation and monetization over time. Let's talk Netflix strategy here. Netflix topped its regional charts in 24 countries and treated this as a proof of concept: live events can be a content category, not just an occasional special. What makes this important is not just the numbers, but the signal. Netflix is betting on real-time, high-signal events that ride on their global distribution network. From my perspective, this could push other streamers to experiment with live paywalls, limited access, or tiered live events that maintain scarcity while still hitting a mass audience. The live logistics are a story in themselves. Security and crowd control demanded thousands of officers and anti-drone systems, while a free tickets model still kept the main venue capacity far below expectations. What this reveals is the new normal for mega events: you can push the scale while controlling risk with data-driven, city-wide coordination. A detail I find fascinating is how the production had to balance spectacle with safety, creating a template for future large-scale pop culture events in dense urban spaces. From a creator's angle, the format matters more than the artist. The 1-hour live stream is a lean, repeatable model that can be adapted to a global roster of artists and locales. If you're building a channel or a franchise, this is a blueprint: a high-stakes, high-signal moment that feeds long-tail content and community engagement. What many people don't realize is that the real gold isn't just the view count, it's the engagement data, the social chatter, the merchandise spikes, and the streaming momentum for the weeks that follow. What this all points to is a bigger trend: live experiences as evergreen content farms. The lines between live event, series, and on-demand experience are blurring. The BTS comeback wasn't just a one-off, it's a case study in turning a single moment into a multi-phased revenue and cultural impact machine. One thing that immediately stands out is how the event nourished both on-site energy and digital virality, creating a feedback loop between real-world presence and online fascination. Deeper insight: we are witnessing a convergence of media platforms and fandom economics. The audience expects accessibility without sacrificing premium moments. Netflix's experiment could push indicators like view-through rate, on-platform engagement, and cross-platform sales to the forefront of what qualifies as a successful event. From my perspective, the deeper question is whether this model scales across genres and regions, or remains a blockbuster anomaly tied to a singular global phenomenon. Closing thought, this BTS comeback isn't just a comeback, it's a thesis. It argues that the future of music and live events may live where streaming, social, and live in-person experiences collide. If you're a creator or a brand, the lesson is clear: design for entry, design for rewatchability, design for community momentum, and don't forget to weave in monetizable touchpoints that fans actually value. So I'm left asking you, what moment in your field could become the next live event as platform? And how would you structure it to spark a global, ongoing conversation? If you enjoyed this analysis, drop a comment with which angle you want me to dive deeper into next: the platform strategy, the fan economy, or the live production logistics. And as always, consider subscribing if you want more creator-level breakdowns of how big moments shape the future of media.